Hi, this is Cheyenne Valentine, here today again with a new episode. I want to talk about black men in marriage. I just did a video about Keisha Knight Pulliam. I think I'm pronouncing her last name wrong, but Rudy from The Cosby Show, and Ed Hartwell, ex-NFL player or whatnot, their issue. But I was saying in that video how, you know, this situation is kind of normal in the black community. Like, only difference is usually a lot of the times the black women would be single moms or knocked up by a boyfriend, but this was her husband, and it's like the moment she got pregnant, he was out and, you know, divorced. But I want to talk about black men in marriage. I have been in a long relationship with a black male. I'm not gonna say how long I was in it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say how long I was in it, but I was in it for a very long time, and it didn't go anywhere. And I remember breaking up with him, sleeping on the couch, him running out. Maybe the week later, came up to my job and proposed to me. Got on one knee. He ran somewhere and got the fucking ring. I was nice. I told him no. I did not want to marry him, because why do you wait till I break up with you to want to marry me? Then, 3 years before that, I had came to him about marriage, and he was shaking, and he said he didn't want to marry me for two very stupid reasons. I'm not gonna say what they were. I'm gonna say what they were. He said I wasn't spontaneous enough. Well, mind you, I have been in school for years. I got my bachelor's. I'm very ambitious, so I'm not the most spontaneous person. And I also deal with depression sometimes. And I lost my mother at a very young age, and I've been through a lot. So I do deal with depression like a lot of other people. So he said those are two reasons why he didn't want to marry me, because I get depressed sometimes and I'm not spontaneous enough. But he was like fidgeting, he seemed uncomfortable, and it was as if like he just named some shit, like I gotta think of something, get the fuck up out of here. He seemed very uncomfortable. Well, his parents had a fucked up marriage, so I figured out from talking to him throughout the years that he doesn't view marriage in a hot light. And this is what a lot of black men and lot of black women, we grew up in an environment where either the father wasn't there, or if he was there, he didn't give him no attention, or give the kids no attention, or the father was cheating, or he was barely home, or like I said, the mom was just a flat out single mother. This is not conducive to someone growing up wanting to be married. This is not that kind of environment is not conducive to a man growing up to want to be married and have a family. He doesn't even have he doesn't have an example. Now, contrary to belief, I have some people that says, why are these black men out here shooting and killing? Why are they killing each other? Why are they selling dope? Just because they're in an environment don't mean they have to do it. And because some people don't do that same stuff. Look, we are a product of our environment. I'm not excusing bad behavior, but what I am going to say is that we all learn behavior from our environment. Some of us are stronger than others. Some of us just think differently, and some of us can come out of it, but a lot of us can't. Like a lot of girls that a lot of girls I went to elementary school with, and because I went to all black elementary school, and my high school was mostly Hispanic. Most of them have kids out of wedlock. A couple got married, a couple of them got married, and the rest of them didn't, and they all got fucking kids. Okay, so black people are still marrying now and then, but it ain't that fucking many. Out of all the women I went to elementary school with, the ones I found on Facebook, I only see that one of them was married. No, maybe two was married, and one of them, her husband passed away. He died. He got sick. So it hasn't been that many. But then everybody I went to elementary school with has kids though. And one of my friends I went to elementary school with, she's pregnant now. This is her second child, and I can tell things aren't good with this baby daddy, because I think it's two different fathers. Because the first one she had when she was 17, and now she's 31 having another one. And so she had a post saying, why don't some of these baby daddies die and all that. So that lets me know that her and the baby daddy, probably the one that she's pregnant with, that baby daddy, his child, I'm pretty sure things between her and him aren't good. This is a pattern. So why do a lot of black men don't want to get married? I think it's their upbringing. I think it's the environment they grew up in, and also I feel like a lot of them don't want to get married because black women are not requiring them to marry them, to impregnate them, or to fuck them. So a lot of black men can get a black woman to have sex with him, to have his child, to basically have this fabricated family. A lot of black women shack. I'm gonna tell you what I'm guilty of shacking up. So I'm gonna say this again. Black women, I think a lot of black men are not rushing to marry black women because black women are giving up the goods quickly. They're not requiring men to marry them before they move in with them. They're not requiring these black men to marry them before they have kids with them. I had a talk with my dad, and he said my dad is in his 70s, and he said the last wedding he went to was my uncle's. My uncle is 75, and he said the younger generation are just not getting married no more. He said, that's the last wedding I went to. And like I said, I'm guilty of shacking up. And I had to learn the hard way. I shacked up, and this man, I had to basically sleep on the couch and cut off the sex in order for me to get what I needed from him. And I did not marry him. I'm not going to marry somebody that I had to coerce into doing it. Fuck you. But my dad told me, he said if you let a man do what he want to do, he'll just run around and he won't get married. He'll be here and there. He said, but it's up to the women to put their foot down and require marriage. And see, my father never talked to me about these things. So at 31, he's just telling me this. He should have told me this shit at 18 when I really started dating. He didn't tell me this. So then it clicked. I said, oh, I'm not saying it's all the women's fault, but I'm saying, ladies, you gotta go for what you want. You gotta put your foot down. And basically, I've heard other races of women say they give the guy 2 years. 2 years of dating. If this hasn't led to marriage, and some black women I heard this from, 2 years of dating, because a man knows in 2 years if you want to fucking marry you or not. 2 years of dating, if he's dragging his feet, he don't see this going anywhere, then cut it off. Don't let it be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 12 years. Okay, for what? What are you doing that for? What do you want? If you want to get married and have kids, you gotta jump on that shit as soon as possible. Because men can procreate in their 60s and 70s and 80s as long as their sperm is working. Women, our eggs, we are born with our eggs, and so at a certain point we can have kids. So that's why I think some women should date men who are older, who are kind of ready to settle down and have kids. That's what I think. Older men who are established, that is. But yeah, a lot of black men I feel are getting married because we as women, like I said, I am guilty of the shacking up. Ladies, don't move in with a guy if you're not married to him. For what? Because when you move in with him, he's gonna be getting sex every night. You're gonna be cooking, cleaning, washing his clothes, supporting his dreams, splitting the bills, or you might be lucky and have a man pay all the fucking bills. And even if he is, still, I don't give a fuck. Don't move in with him if he's not your husband, because I'm gonna tell you, when you move in with him, he's gonna be dragging his feet to get married. He don't have no incentive to marry you. For what? He feels like we're doing everything as a married couple. That's just a piece of paper. Yeah, it might be, but that piece of paper is fucking important to me, and that ring is important to me. Okay? And you saying that you're going to devote yourself to me is very fucking important to me, and having it legalized. So that's what the fuck I want. Don't let them talk you out of this shit. And ladies, please don't have a child with a man. Please don't have a baby with a man you're not married to him. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. You're saying yourself. I cannot tell you how many women have been left who have been not forced, but who are single moms. And they were dating a guy. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. And the moment they got pregnant, this dude fucking walked out. These weren't even fuck friends. I know some women who were fuck friends with a dude who had a baby with him. But I'm talking about these women had a baby with this dude. And they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They were dating. They were in a committed relationship. And she got pregnant. He wasn't ready to have a child. And he bounced the fuck out. These women didn't plan on being single moms, but in my opinion, you did plan on being one, because if you were having sex with him without a condom, without being on birth control, okay, and he wasn't your husband, what did you think was going to happen? He was going to see the light? Men don't see the light. Men, ask a man what he wants. Just ask him, do you want kids or not? If he said he doesn't want kids, fucking believe him. When he tells you something, fucking believe him. Men have a very high sex drive, so they will fuck about anything, anybody. They will fuck a hole in the wall. Okay, so just because they're fucking you don't mean they really want you. Just because they're fucking a bunch of fucking you they don't really mean shit to them. They're just horny. Okay, he has to show and prove to you that he wants more out of you and wants more from the situation y'all in. And why would you want a kid with a man that you're not married to? For what? And you might say, why wait to marriage? Why wait to marriage? Because if he marries you, it's a high probability that he's ready to have a family. But that you see with the Keisha Knight Pulliam thing, the Rudy, that still don't mean shit if he marries you. So what I advise you, wait till you get married. Okay, once you get married, wait at least 2 years before considering having a child. At least 2 years. See where his head is at. Why are you rushing to have a kid? I mean, y'all haven't even been married long enough. Won't you try to enjoy the marriage for a while? Damn. I said then to wait 5 years. But yeah, wait because he could change on you. You could change on him. Shit, y'all situation could change. Money could change. So don't be so fucking quick. At least wait fucking 2 years before you consider bringing a child even to a marriage. And God forbid, don't have a baby with a dude you're not married to. Always, when you have sex with a guy, whether you feel your dream guy or not, be on birth control and use condoms, or just use condoms. But always use a condom whether you're on birth control or not, because birth control is only gonna stop you from getting pregnant. It's not gonna protect you from STDs and AIDS. So always use a condom. But I think you should be on birth control and a condom. I have never been on birth control. I always use condoms. I don't even know how what it feels like to have sex without a condom. But I'm trying to find like a natural birth control. But I've never even been pregnant. I always use condoms. I'm adamant. Also, I choose to date someone who has the same mind as mine. Lay down with men who have the same mindset. So if you're a woman, you're not ready to have a child, if you don't want a kid out of wedlock, get with a man who doesn't want one out of wedlock. And get with a man who's saying, no, I'm not ready for a kid right now, or I'm not trying to have a kid unless I'm married. And if you feel the same way, he's gonna always use a condom and be adamant about it too. If you with a man who don't really want to use a condom, fucking run. He don't value his life, and he doesn't value yours. He's probably fucking other women without a condom. He's probably cheating on you. He don't mind probably making babies. And usually when a man doesn't mind making babies, he's in two different categories. Either he's rich and reckless and got the money to take care of him, or he the type of dude that don't take care of him. I know my ex, his brother has multiple kids by multiple women, and I used to ask him why he keep having kids and being put on child support. He said because he knows he has no intentions of taking care of them. When a man is reckless with his body, you might say, well, you got me pregnant. Some men know they're not gonna take care of your baby, so they don't mind getting you pregnant. They just can't. They literally, I know you're like, that's so fucked up, but that's how a lot of them think. So they're usually in two fucking categories. So fucking run. He don't want to use condoms. He keep trying to slide the condom off and all that. He's reckless with his body, and he don't value his body nor yours. He probably already got a kid, or he got some shit. He don't give a fuck, and he want to drag you down with him. Run. But these black men are getting married. It's discouraging because now I understand probably, and okay, also with black men, a lot of them are financially stable. But I really still feel like a lot of black men, even if they were financially stable, they still don't want to get married. I think they have a negative viewpoint about marriage, and with women giving it to them without having to, with women giving them sex and the babies and living with them and giving them all this shit for free without requiring marriage. They have gotten accustomed to getting those things from a woman without being married to. So when you have a woman like me or you or any other woman comes and say, no, I want to be, why are we not getting married? This is a requirement. He's just going to dump you, or he don't know how to respond. It's going to make him feel very uncomfortable because he's not used to having those demands put on him. He used to getting what he want without a true commitment. Because being boyfriend and girlfriend, that's a semi-commitment. Marriage is a true commitment. And now, we talked about the psychological reasons and the upbringing and all that, but besides that, just from one perspective, it sucks that a lot of these black men don't want to be married. Like, I kind of know why they don't, because, a lot of women, we're allowing them to get away with this shit. Also, their upbringing, they didn't see positive men in the household, and if their father was around, he barely was there. So they don't really know how, to be a husband or to be a father. They don't really know what to do, and they definitely need help in that area. And so besides that, just being a woman and just witnessing this, it's discouraging as hell. It's depressing, because it's like, okay, I feel what women should do is like, okay, boycott your womb. Don't shack up with these men. Withhold on sex as best as you can, but there's so many women out here who are loose, they're giving it up to them, so it's gonna be kind of hard. And another thing I think women should do, refuse to have a child with a man who doesn't marry you. So see, because men naturally want to procreate and continue their legacy and have offspring. So if black women go on a boycott of, black men, you need us to bear your children. Now you might say they might run to white women, I understand that, but other races of men just not gonna keep sitting back and letting them take their women. So I'm not worried about the interracial thing. But if black women say, we're not going to, you need us to bring forth life. You need us to bring forth life. So if you refuse to give us what we want, and that's marriage and a commitment, we're not birthing your fucking kids. And if they all run to white women and Asian women, then we just want to be outside race, and it just won't be a black race anymore. And I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to make that sacrifice, because this shit done got out of hand now. I mean, this shit done got out of hand. The black community now, there's no responsibility for men. There's no shame now in having kids out of wedlock. I'm not saying you should feel bad. I'm just saying there's no, and when I say feel shame, on the man and the woman's side, meaning the women are doing it, nobody thinks none of it, them having kids out of wedlock, and the men are impregnating all these women, and they're not shamed for it. I mean, some people might look down on them for it, but for the most part, they're still not really treated, they shouldn't be treated like shit because of it, but it's no repercussions for it. Like, they just allow the shit to happen, and people in the black community don't look down on them. I remember my father, I think it was, my dad had my oldest brother. My dad's in his 70s. He had my oldest brother is, we got different mothers. He's 50. And I remember that my grandmother was hiding the fact that my dad had a child so young out of wedlock. Like, that was frowned upon back in the day. Like, they didn't want people to know. Now it's not frowned upon. Oh, this person had a kid. They might not think too highly of the situation, but it's not like you're not shunned out of the community. You're not looked down upon by everybody. You're not, you're more so embraced. You're like, oh, you're a single mom, or you got kids, you got a bunch of kids by a lot of different women, or you play it. It's just, the black community is twisted. Everything that's negative, they turn to a positive. It's disgusting. And so I'm saying, with black women, if you want to get married by these black men, you got to tell them, I'm shutting down my wound. I'm shutting down my wound. We can date or whatever. Okay, this over 2 years, I gotta bounce. Or I stick around, play with you. I'm gonna be trying to date other men though, because you ain't trying to commit. So I'm finna still date you. I'm finna date you and other men, and I'm gonna find who wants to commit. If he don't like it, then he needs to put a ring on it and be serious about it. I'm gonna tell you something too, ladies. Don't force a man to marry you that doesn't want to marry you, because if you force his hand, he's going to cheat. He's going to be unhappy. You don't want a man to be with you because he feels obligated or he feels forced. You want it to be natural. If you come to him, you sound ready for marriage, he says, I'm not. Don't force his hand. Move on. Don't bamboozle him. And sometimes you have to leave him, and then the man appreciates you and then say, damn, I need her back. And he could be sincere. Sometimes a man needs to miss you in order to see what he has, but at the same time, don't force his hand. Either he wants what you want, or he don't. Either y'all want the same shit or y'all don't. Move the fuck on. What I'm saying is, we need to shut down our womb. If these men don't want to be married, say, well, you need us to procreate. And what I don't get about a lot of black men, they don't want to be married, but they want to have kids. Like, I've heard, I know this one guy, he's in his 40s, and I think he said he didn't want to be married, but he's got some money. He said he didn't want to be married, but he wants kids. It's like, why don't, and he was like, well, people, I think he was on YouTube. He was like, women, why do you want to be married? He was on YouTube. He was literally trying to tell women they shouldn't be married, but he said he was ready to be married, and he had some money, whatever. And he said he did not want to be married, but he wanted kids. And he actually was discouraging women from wanting to be married, because he knows that a lot of black women want to be married. And I'm like, you low down dirty motherfucker, why are you discouraging women from wanting to be married? You should fucking want to be married. Why do you not want to be married to the woman you want to have a fucking child with? Like, what sense does that fucking make? You don't want to be with the woman you have a child with? You just want to pick any fucking woman just because she's pretty to rear your motherfucking kids? You don't want to be in a household? No, they still want to be a hoe. They still want to date other women, but they want to procreate their seed. They want to have offspring. Women, shut down your womb. Say, you know what? You're not finna have offspring with me or any other fucking black woman. Okay? Because until you're ready to get married and be a man and deal with your issues from your childhood and not seeing a correct household, and until you are ready to deal with that, then we're not having kids. Okay? You're not gonna create a black offspring. If you want to date other races of women, fine. You can have you some mixed offsprings, but you would not have a full-blooded black child. Not with me. You don't deserve, women, they need us to bring forth life. So if they can't give us what we need, we can't give them what they want. Men want to have kids. Some men do want to have kids and procreate. So this is what is a requirement. The requirement now for black men should be, if you want to be able to procreate and have kids, if you're a straight male, you should, you're only allowed to do that with a woman you're married to. That should be a law. You should only be able to procreate and have a child with a woman that you are married to. And seriously married to, not just you finna marry 10 different women in the course of 20 years so you can have different kids with different. No. Married the marriage has to last. You know what I'm saying? They should only be allowed to have kids with women they're married to. And they should be in it for the long haul too. Divorce happens, they should be in it for the long haul. So women, we should shut down our womb. It should be no marriage, no kids. Because you need us to bring forth life, and we need each other, rather to bring, to have offspring. But the men need a woman to carry the child. Okay, so I'm supposed to carry your motherfucking child so you can smile and come up whenever you fucking feel like it and say, look at my little son, look at my little daughter, and feel good, and you get to experience the highs of being a parent, but I only get to experience all the fucking lows and the stress of it. Meanwhile, you out with another fucking woman building a family with her, just fucking different. Fuck you. If you want children, you need to want marriage too.